Hello and welcome to the Morning and Tabby Show. Sorry, we're just a little bit late. We have Gabby with us, Gabby Valentino and Marty. Um, and Mina, she was here and she will join us soon. I'm hoping that she'll get back on. So we're trying to figure out the connection with her. But anyway, I want to let Marty say hi, and then we're talking community building tonight. So I'm really excited about this. So I'll let Morty say hi and we'll get on with the show.
Hello, everyone. Let's, pause and take a couple seconds to remember the family of the young lady who was found deceased today in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, that coming together is what we need to talk about today. I'm done.
Okay, well, I'm excited about the conversation, and I didn't, I don't watch TV, so that's completely new to me. I think I see Mina coming in, so hold on one moment. Oh, please let her come in. All right, so it looks like her connection is coming in. So if you want to go ahead and hi, Mina.
Hey, me. Look at it.
You hear us?
Mina.
Do you hear us? Oh my God.
See,
all right, the better connection with the other one. You had a better connection.
Twirling.
Is that her? Or you? Is that her trying to talk?
I think so.
Mina, we don't hear you. It's actually a worse connection than the first one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start the conversation. Mina, you might want to log out and log in. I don't know. It's a connection issue. We can't hear you. All right. Okay, so with us we have Mina and we have Gabby. Mina's having some audio issues, but we can see her clearly. Okay, she logged off, I guess, at my advice. Hopefully she will join us because I'm really excited about talking to these two ladies. And I know they're probably looking at me like, oh, that wasn't a real formal advertisement that I did when I just had their faces and just their names, which are their short names of their real names. So trying to make sure that it's not a totally professional conversation because I know them personally. And so I understand that they already are doing work in the community. So they do understand what community building from a grassroots level. And so, just want to be able to talk in any kind of way with that, but also be able to spend some time talking about what Marty brought up as well. We can start that now, whatever. So I'm going to pass it back to her and let her start where she want to start.
Oh, community building. I got a chance to see St. Louis do what every community should do, and that is rally around our babies in their time of need. And they took the building. They saw themselves. They connected with the baby, but sadly, she did not come home alive. But it was that community that found her as quick as they did. They did not wait because they was told no, they couldn't go and find her. And the community said, yeah, we are. And that's what the community did. So in watching that from a distance, that's exactly what we have always done. When they told us no, we invented our yes. And we need to get back to that community.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Gabby, you have anything to add? You muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Gabby.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously she has a lot to say, but we can't hear her. And so hopefully she will be able to see us. waving and telling her that we can't hear her. Where is Mina? Oh my God. Like, and she's the
Gabby,
first one on here.
Gabby.
She-
Anyway, um,
Maybe she's not talking to us.
she is.
Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and continue our conversation with community building, and eventually I think Gabby will probably join us. She is on her vacation, so um and she didn't want to like say no when I asked her, so I appreciate it. Um so when I think of community building, I think of all the different people in the community that's valuable, that you know basically do it because it's needed and not because they're looking to take pictures and show people that they did it, but they do it because it's their community and they care. And I appreciate being able to know a lot of the people that fit that category. That's like, okay, and that's why I chose Gabby and Mina for some of our first female guests. We had males on the show last time, and
Right.
you know, because they've been around, and that they are willing to, be innovative with it, and push the, needle. So, Mina, hopefully
Hold
we
on.
can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Marty. When you say valuable within the community, do you really want to use that word? Because we associate value with prestige. You know what I'm saying? And the people in the
Yeah,
hood don't have.
But I don't see it like that. I was
Okay.
I don't see it like that. I don't see it value when I use value. I see
Mhm.
genuine souls, and they are valuable to the community. Like, I see people that's really truly valuable. So I think because of the well, I won't call it a stereotype. What is it? Just the way standard America views it, then the value would come from the leaders and the people, all of that.
Sure. Well, well, for those that's listening, when you do use that word now, all being assets, because that
Mm-hmm.
means to me, uh, all is contributing. All have something to bring to the table. I know what you might mean, but in saying that, we associate value with, I'm not them, or I'm not up there like them. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's what's.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saved myself. I was thinking that we could just like listen to people talk. So,
Sure.
I don't want to get off into this conversation and really be the Marty and Tabby show. And we got guests, and they're not
Okay.
able to join the conversation. But we'll go ahead and continue because if somebody watches this, we have to give them something. And so to respond to that, I'm just I I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things in a too well-rounded thing. I think I just got this different sight now that is um it's got me messed up to where the only way we can do it is right.
Right.
And so just knowing what components should exist in community building. Hold on, I think we got Gabby back. Gabby, we got you back. Did she hear me? No.
Gabby.
I,
We get
I wanted
we
to. I was on mute.
Yeah.
Actually, uh, I think I was on mute. But what I want to say in regards to um, value, and unfortunately, the child, whatever, I didn't get to see the story. wasn't found in what we wanted them to find. However, but how we show up. Every time we show up, we add value. And so every march, every this right here, every podcast, every time we show up, we can't live in the past. Can't live in the fact that, oh, there are too many other people that we have provided allow platform to talk about, oh, they don't care. No, it's people like you guys. It's people. It's the people that showed up for the child. We, as a community, have to add value in every situation. We gotta add value in every situation, and add value.
I don't know, Debbie. We can't hear you. The wind is so strong.
Like, for real. We got to get behind every single thing that's against us. Every time we step up, adds value to the Black community. And it gives other people in that Black community permission to speak up, to show up.
Right.
Because they've been used to so many naysayers. They've been used to so many people that's lost in the sauce, that's hopeless. But what I found since I've come back to East St. Louis, there's hella people with hope.
Right.
And so those people with hope, we have to amplify it. We got to amplify it through podcasts. We got to amplify it through live video. We got to amplify it through demonstration. But listen, I'm super proud of the Metro East community. Really, and caught y'all off because I can't hear y'all. I hear a little bit, but even what you guys are doing adds value. It matters. I don't care if you got 3 views right now. This is community building. Nobody started with a whole foundation and a whole army. So
Right.
the fact that you guys are starting where you at community. Okay. That's what I got to say for right now. I'm going to mute my mic again.
Alrighty.
Mina, can we hear you?
Come on, Dr. Mina.
Come on. Really? All right. I did hear a little bit when she was on the other device. I guess she maybe need to go back to that device. All right. We lost her. So, and then we often talk about what community building looks like and who it is. So if we have identified that, then it's still a matter of organizing and putting that community building effort into some kind of effective approach to make an impact, right? And that's where I see most people stop at. It's hard work in community building, it's endurance in community building, because the powers that be may not want you building like that, and they'll hurry up and fucking give you a job.
Oh no, they don't. Afraid of that.
To start the advocacy all back over again, and so
Right.
and we're always focused on the East St. Louis community, and there's other communities that you can do any community you can do community building in. And matter of fact, some of them do it so well, that's why their communities are in such good shape, and certain things are not allowed because the people truly do hold their elected officials accountable because they're organized. And so with community building, there has to be a sense of organizing that takes place to make it make sense to, basically have some kind of objective, some kind of goals to hit, to know that we're not just spinning in our boots. Am I making sense?
What can I ask this question then? So with the 60, is it 64 memorandum that J. Edgar Hoover was behind about African Americans and Africans legally not allowed to organize and unify and build. Do you think that's still the foundation of why we refuse to build our own community today?
I think that it's all in the conditioning. I think it's all in the
Right.
ideology. I think it's all in the normalcy of society.
Okay.
Um, and so people, me, you and I have a certain normalcy of society that another two people may not have. Now,
Mhm.
does that make you right or make the other people wrong? I
Yeah.
don't know. It all depends on who perception is perceived as the truth,
Okay.
you know. And so all that to say,
Right.
it's all in the perception. And that's why we have all the different differences and opinions and we can't figure it out and get past it because we're fighting for, I guess, the right to have our perception be the perception of all, although but when you think about people and how different we are and how different we think and
Right.
what is our normalcy, then you like, how can we measure everyone the same when we can't measure the perception? Because if we don't know the point of view of the perception, then how can we call what's normal and what's not to one or the other? Because we all so different, and the problem that we continue to bicker about is that we're so different. So that's why you don't see people building community building like it could be, because
Amongst
of the lack of respect for the differences of the normalcy. My thing is some people, music, for instance, that's always be a contra. Oh, I was talking with the elders today, and they were talking about, oh, do you see them? They be drinking and dancing and this and that. Listen now, most of my friends are 70 plus. I looked at them because they my friends too, and they were, about that age too. I said, y'all was drinking and dancing too. Like, y'all just didn't do it out in the open like that, but
right.
they not doing nothing no different now. They look convicted. Because they're well to do, women. So they look at me and they couldn't lie to me because I'm like,
They forgot, huh?
yeah, I know about y'all. Just like,
Right.
And so just thinking about and then I said, only thing that's missing is the morals that we had instilled in us. Our morals have been stripped from us.
Right.
So in community building, the first thing we have to do is get people to adopt the morals again. You know,
But hold
people.
on. I'm sorry. What you consider morally right, now they view that as like oppressive, a violation of their, rights to be immoral. So
What?
how
What?
huh?
What'd you just say? Hold on. They
Okay,
what?
so like I hear a lot about the toxic generation. You know what? That was toxic. Those old people don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? There is
Mm-hmm.
no way we would have said that in our day and time coming up. So today, what you say, we lost our morality. Well, they may be, the young people today view it as like oppressive and, quote, outdated.
What?
Now we ain't gonna respect, if Big Mama disrespect me, I'm going in on her. Dumb stuff
Hmm.
like that. So I mean,
So, but but
what's
but
more?
again, it's still about the normalcy because even if Big Mama going in, that was the normalcy. Like I wrote an article about the closed blinds one time because I know when I was growing up, everybody blind, curtains, grandmama. I know my grandma would sit right there by the window all day watching us. She knew everything we were doing, and you don't have that in the community no more because they're too scared. And so that is normalcy in one community, one zip code, but that normalcy may not be present in another zip code. And that's why I keep on saying it's all about the normalcy
Okay.
of the environment. And that's why when we're looking at things, we should be looking at things from a city stance. We should be looking at community building from a zip code stance, because
Okay.
it's the zip codes that differ in the needs, not the cities. So you got parts of East St. Louis that don't need no help, but then you got parts of East St. Louis that does.
Uh-huh.
All right, right? You agree?
I
And
agree.
they might be in a different zip code. So you got to zoom in on where the issues are, what zip codes, and that's what a lot of the nonprofits do.
Mhm.
But coming from a community building stance, which is the I have a model that I've created under the Bridge Vision, which is a model that basically nucleus has to be boots on the ground, um, and from the inside out, not the outside in, right?
Right. Makes
And
sense.
so the focus is supporting the people and allowing the people to raise up based off of the information and knowledge that's received, that they need to be able to be the leaders, accountability partners to the people that they've elected. It's hard to govern anyone that you don't know what to govern for. And
Exactly.
so then those deposit needs to be made. That's just one avenue, but I don't understand. They'll post so much money into our impoverished communities when it comes to voting, but won't do it no other time. And they need to be educated beyond who to vote for.
Right.
It's just, like, I'm glad Gabby came in. I hope she has a clear connection, because she did something during one election, and it was so funny. Gabby, I'm talking about you. And it was
Yeah.
so funny. This girl
I think
went
I
and
know
found
what you're
some
gonna talk about
Republican.
too.
Right. She went and found those Republican signs. And I was just like, so can you tell us what you were thinking when you saw that? Because you were really upset.
Now, about what? I just got tapped back.
Oh, the Republican signs that you had saw in the hood.
In the hood.
Oh, if she can hear us.
Man.
Man, this is killing our conversation. No Mina, no Gabby. Hello. She there. She's right there, but she ain't talking. Okay, but anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and finish telling her story. But she does this video. She goes live and she sees these Republican signs. Now they not in the hood no other time, and and then on top of it, where it was, the grass wasn't cut.
Right.
And it was just like, okay, like what? Okay, y'all came out here. Come on, disrespectful. That's how much they think of us.
Yeah.
And so, coming from the inside out, the first topic when it comes to funding anything as it relates to educating community won't be about voting. That's not the top issue from the inside of the community. That might
Right.
be what the civic scene that's comfortable, have their middle class wages, think is the most valuable. But hey, Mina look real clear. Mina, can you
Hey.
talk?
Oh, did she just do a dry hay? But don't do us, man.
Yeah, can you hear me? My computer is
we
still
hear you better.
like loading.
Okay, well, hopefully go ahead and load. We hear you way better than before. All right, so that's a little better, but we want you to join in the conversation.
Yeah, I did it. Right.
Okay, but
Hey,
so
y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's see, Gabby coming back in. Let's see.
What?
We're gonna have to invest in some hotspots or something for our guests or something.
I'm sorry, y'all, about this. I didn't know this.
Have you thought about Mina deleting something on your computer to make it go faster?
Okay.
Delete
And
some
I
files.
can see y'all.
We see you
But if you
too.
in
You clear.
Washington Park, that's a whole level of systemic racism. The fact that
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
charging people to a 25 megabytes or 50, they're charging them people like $180 some.
Yeah.
I'm like shocked. I'm like, wow,
No,
this is you know,
I
like
want to
in
be.
California, I get high speed for like
I want
60.
to
I go to my
be
hood
to
that's poor as a
this.
motherfucker. Ooh, I don't know if I can say poor as the
Okay.
MF, but
Yeah,
You
they're
wrong.
gonna charge
Rashada cuss is
$200
But y'all
for the
awesome.
see
internet.
me?
We see you, Mina. Mina is still
I'm
trying to
just
communicate with. I heard you too, Gabby. But Mina is saying something as well with her connection. What you saying,
okay. I'm
Mina?
sorry. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my.
No, I heard you though. Hold on. I wanna get back to that though. Mina, you okay?
Hey,
Yes.
everybody. How y'all
I
doing
mean, I girl.
out there? I'm sorry I'm late for the show. But I heard y'all was talking
Same.
about
Mina, we still can't hear you.
value.
It's like choppy.
Everybody.
And she's still talking.
We can't hear you. It's still choppy. I'm thinking you need to delete something on the computer to get it to move a little faster. But Gabby was also saying that the Wi-Fi connection towards
Yeah,
Washington Park area
I
is not very strong.
had a hot spot thing, and I don't know if it don't
Yeah, we
work.
can't hear you, and we just lost Gabby too.
Can
Gabby,
y'all see
we
me?
see you. We can't hear you. You can look pretty. You can sit there and look pretty. So look here. So okay, we keep losing Gabby, but she brought up a. Okay, now we lost Marty. So Gabby brought up a good point about the Wi-Fi in the Washington Park area, which would be the Lansdowne area as well. And there is
I got stuff on everything that I touch. It's like,
all right, there go Marty again. All right,
Okay,
Marty
I'm
look like
sorry.
she all right.
okay.
Oh, so you made
Okay,
yourself go away.
let me hush. Let me
I can't.
Gab and the
Gabby
Wi-Fi.
is not here right now. I guess she will come back in soon.
No, with
Oh
her,
my God.
Me?
with her talking about Wi-Fi in Washington Park. So
What
here we
happened?
are.
What's going on?
It's
Okay,
just
wait. Gabby coming. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, come in so we can get this
Okay.
conversation going. Gabby. So we're talking about the conversation you started. So you there?
Wi-Fi.
I'll see you.
Yeah, I'm
Marty.
here.
Hey y'all, if
conversation that
whoever's
I
not
started.
talking, turn your volume, hit mute if you're not talking,
see
so we won't hear the background.
You, Professor Marty.
Okay. All right.
My conversation really has to do with the fact that I came from a place that was very progressive, even though it was had minorities, and that's Black and Mexicans in the community, but it was progressive. You know, so to come back home and see that technology has not been utilized, has not been emphasized in the community, is really heartbreaking. And it's like, wow, we not only do it's so much that we got to work on, but I think getting the message out is very important. And so we have to stay up on technology to get the messages out, technology to share the messages, and then fighting. Like y'all got to be out y'all MF mind. If I'm gonna pay, they don't know that they're being like raped, misused, and abused. They don't know that. I know it, and it makes me feel super taken advantage of because I know that I could pay high speed over even in East St. Louis Spectrum services, the high speed. But you know those is $60 there in cities like East St. Louis, and I'm sure very other rural, black, impoverished cities. They're taking advantage of people with some damn near satellites that's 2,000 miles. Hey, with 50, this is the stuff that they give for free that they're charging the people in the community in East St. Louis, in Osprey Park, 100, close to $200 for. They charging me, so I most definitely feel violated. And when
And
we
you
talk
know
about
what? They
community
have
build, okay,
they
I'm
have
gonna pause
some
my mic
bill
and
they
let
passed
you speak.
for broadband that they giving people so much money on every year. I mean, I don't know, every month or something like that. I haven't checked into it, but maybe that's why they hiked the price up because they know people are qualified for assistance. Did you know that about the broadband assistance? Did you hear me, Gabby? All right. Did you know about the broadband assistance? You didn't? All right. Well, I'll send you that information because for some reason somehow I became the person that's supposed to be pushing the information out because they keep sending me these emails, and I'm like, I don't hear nobody else talking about it, so maybe I need to tell people about it. So all right. I hate we lost that dialogue, but we still only halfway through the show. So Marty, it is our show, so we're gonna have to keep on talking about community building. What you got? You muted.
Yes, community building. First of all, it is difficult to build a community that you don't live in. First of all, and when and it goes back to that word you use. Those are the people that's normally speaking for our community. They're out front. They're getting the funding, but they're not residing in the community. So how do I come aboard with you when I'm not even worth you staying next door to? And we're gonna have to, get back to like for real community building, living in the community. Because I say a lot, overnight this stuff will change what we see.
Yeah, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and so the community building that needs to happen is not going to happen in a day, also.
That's true.
And but at the same time, what people fail is the organizing skills that it will take to be able to organize a community, and it's not easy.
Right.
It takes a lot of, like I said, looking over each other differences and focusing in on the things that matter most that you need to work together on.
Right.
And it's all the things that everybody know that plagues the neighborhoods all across these different zip codes all across this country. The same formula, the same disparities. So it's not anything that we need to try to figure out, talk about, or identify. It's a matter of when we focus on eradicating, not reducing, but eradicating. I don't want to do nothing that we ain't focused on eradicating. If you talking bull crap, reducing stuff, I don't even want to be with you because you ain't serious. Because
anything anything
well, anything okay.
Reform, read nothing.
So read nothing. So okay, so anti-read everything. And if we ain't talking about eradicating, I don't want to even be around you. And that's what I told the elders today. Listen, I'll be 43 tomorrow. And I can tell you, me not no baby no more. Because I talk boldly to our elders. Because I let them know. And at the end, I said, we're not our grandparents. We're not, no. They're not running this. Because they were telling me that same stuff that I normally say. And I be humble and listen and be like, okay, I know I think something different. But, But I didn't feel like I was disrespecting them. I felt like I've earned my place in this world to speak my true mind, and I did it. And before I know it,
Ooh,
I had them
you
talking about
grown.
cut this check of reparations, like But at first it was like, well, I like the one plan that they're talking about giving $2,000 to every American, and I said, that's not gonna fix the issue. Well, it'll help a lot of people. It'll help. Listen, that's the same as inflation. Come on now.
Right.
I
Right.
said, and then I got to making a reasoning that you've heard me make so many times. So I'm not going to even go over that spiel. And we have a reparations episode if anybody want to know what we think about reparations. But
Right.
overall, I just kept saying, what about the insufficient funds that MLK was talking about? Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, oh yeah. They was like,
That's right.
yeah. I said, so it's no matter of studying or wondering if we were the only slaves on American soil. Yeah, you're sure right. And people, yeah. And then guess what? Everybody, and then they start thinking,
Everybody
they
got paid
paid
but
the
us.
Japanese. Guess what? She was like,
Right.
they paid the Japanese. I was like,
Yep.
and
Okay.
then she started thinking about the reason. I was like,
Right.
But listen, all I know is it's time for our elders to get behind us, support
Right.
us, let us lead the way we've been trying to lead under them, so that we cannot go through another cycling of the same bad ideas. And them people want it to be. They love to get into the ones that they can control ear. That's why I be looking like, You look at me, I'm all nice and sweet, but come on now. No, don't mess with my people. Don't be trying to play and think you slick on some stuff when you know you can do more. So if you can do more, we're gonna do more. Otherwise, get away from me. That's where I'm at.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
I'm saying? Like I shared that meme that you shared with me when it said you hit the interview, in the interview, like, why did you leave your last job?
Got
They
me
had me
fucked up.
fucked up if you thought I was gonna push them vaccinations on my people.
Okay.
I ain't doing that. No. And so overall, I wanna see us start somewhere and just watch it grow, because again, we can look at different ones to say they're doing it and we know that they're not doing what's needed. At the same time, we don't have what's needed to do it, even though we know what needs to be done.
Right.
They have our resources, but they don't have the people, and so
Or the past.
the power is with the people. And if we're with the people and the needs are with the people, and somebody else has the resources and the people right here, it's going to be kind of hard for them not to give the resources. And so I don't even focus on that anymore. What I'm focusing on, like Gabby said, this podcast is a part of community building. And it is, because we know exactly, and we both have a network of people that we're going to be bringing through our podcast and really connecting some things. And so people don't even know the bigger vision of this. They're going to watch us grow and all of that. And we're not really advertising like that. But I thought it was important enough for us to make sure that we do these podcasts, regularly every week, so we can have something to document our efforts, because we've been doing things behind the scene and it ain't been documented, and so now we have a platform that we can point people to and that we can bring people to, and we control the narrative ourselves, and ain't no Facebook kicking you off and all of that stuff, so can we get a lot of viewers? Yeah, when we start really sharing this thing and really doing it and being on YouTube and commenting on other people's stuff, that's what it takes to get it going. And it's going to happen, but right now, the fact that it's being recorded, that we're being able to talk fruitfully every week, now starting to bring people, this one didn't work out so well, but the guys were great last week. We didn't have no issues. So, I'm just going to believe that the universe does things for a reason. So that means we're going to have to bring Gabby and Mina back on here, where we got to make sure that that they get their internet secured, or Gabby not on vacation, however whatever happens,
Right.
because she had already said about her uh she was gonna try to find a signal or whatever. So I just like that they did make an appearance, and it was very special for those two to make an appearance in my eye, because um they're personal people that I know, and that I started to work and do community work with, that now I'm back, that I'm hoping that we can pick back up where we left off at working. And so I would have loved to have that conversation and kind of push them in a corner and get them to commit to some stuff, but we didn't get a chance to do it. So um, it is what it is. But um, this is our start of our 500 Black women. Those were two of them right there. All right.
Uh-huh.
And so just think about all these great women that we know that we're going to be bringing through here. And so they're going to build the show. That's what I'm seeing. So that's community building. But then what do we do with our platform? Obviously, we got to do some stuff that impact the community. It's one thing to impact the airwaves and the social media deal, but it's work to be done that a lot of times people talk about and don't be about it. And I don't want to be one of those people that, oh, we got a platform to talk about things, but not really get down and dirty and do the things. So I can't wait for us to start transitioning to that. And that was what my meeting was with the elders today. It's a possibility to be able to start leading this nonprofit that's been in existence since 2014. That would be something where we can then have a safe space to be able to have people donate money to. I already have a financial secretary that would, that's trustworthy. So I've been saying we need a nonprofit. I've been saying we got our LLCs, but we need a nonprofit. And so as we do this, things are manifesting. You making your segues, I'm making my segues. I just know that what we're doing on this community building level is going to be great, because me and you are too invested in it for it not to be, and doing it right anyway. And so this won't be the fly by night kind of building, and this is just more of us really piecing, putting some things together, and hopefully everybody linking. Because like I tell people, a movement is when leaders join each other, not when somebody becomes a leader and then you got all these people following somebody. That's how things get dismantled quick. What you want is leaders coming together, staying in their respective spaces, doing whatever it is that they do that's their normalcy, and everybody respecting that, because it ain't none of your business. The only business you should have is what y'all linked up together to do for the community, because everybody share. Yeah. So no, and so that's what I'm on, and that's what most people that know me know, that's the approach that I come on. I ain't looking to join your clique. I do have people that I'm close to, and if you want to call me a clique, but all the people I'm close to don't even know each other for real. I have like separate friends because I'm so introverted, and I usually be with one friend at a time, or my husband that's in the background on my show right now, but overall, I just want to see the Bridge Vision, Projects Pinnacle, and whoever else be our partners. Like I said, this new nonprofit that I might take a job as, but be able to still move it and still have my consulting business, my LLC as well, but be able to move it because it goes in alliance with everything we're doing. That it would be a great thing to say, hey, you want to help Project Pinnacle, Bridge Vision, the nonprofit we're doing, donate to this. It'll be tax deductible. We can tell people that now. And so that's what I'm excited about. So whatever initiative we put together, we need support, financial support. We now have a nonprofit to be able to take that, to be able to collect that financial support in order to do whatever initiative that we put together. So, because obviously we're not rich, and there are people doing far less work, getting paid way more than us who are really doing the work, And so, the work for the people, that is, not for the comfortable civic people and putting on a show, but more so actually
changing
the work, changing lives. Like a lot of people tell me I could be a life coach. You don't know how many people sit down with me and I have these beautiful one-on-ones, and
Right.
they just manifest behind that. And I didn't charge them nothing, but some people that have the same gift as me charge. And so, it's time for us to be able to understand that our gifts are valuable and that they do deserve some kind of compensation like anything else. The Bible says clearly, earnest wage for earnest work. And so, I don't have a problem with making money off of what it is that I do for the community, as long as what I'm doing for the community is impactful. And that's the challenge I have with anyone that is doing community work or community building is the work impactful? And if it's not, are you willing to critique it to make it the most impactful it can be? Because oftentimes we have so many people do community work, know that they're just doing the same thing over and over, that it doesn't work. They're just doing like a checklist kind of thing and wasting money. you know and I know you saying that, and I know you've been disgusted about that quite often. I done heard you didn't call me, you done vented to me. Me and you done both vented. I done seen the same thing. And I'm like, oh my God. But you've been watching a whole lot longer than me. And I don't, and I don't know how you can stomach it and be okay, and you're not okay because you see it and you just can't. And it's something like, I'm not even staying at that event, and I'll be like, come on, no, I told you what I told you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave Marty alone, but we got to start somewhere, and we have to make the goals of where we want to get and the objectives of where we want to get, and then make sure that it's measurable, that it's making an impact, and then be willing to critique it if it's not. And that's the things that whatever partnerships we get with people, I want to make sure that those things are adhered to, that we're looking at that and not just being, oh, that's so and so, and the Jolly Green Giant, and I don't care about the movie star part of it. I care about our people and seeing them truly repaired and healed, because 400 plus years of this, they got to come out. And that's why reparations is the only thing that will fully repair our people and not be America's problem and not be in inferior status. And that's what I told them, all the ladies. I said, think about it. If all Black people were millionaires, not off of free money or anything like that, but because there are heirs of the only descendants of slaves of America, then okay, so we get our inheritance, and where all of these things have been put in place to keep us as inferior people, we will now not be the inferior people, because remember, it's really not a race war, it's an economic war. And so once we're on top with economics, the what our people already earned for us, that they never got paid the insufficient funds, then we don't need nobody to make no program for us. We can practice group economics all we want. Like, it's a win situation. So why would you allow somebody to talk you into putting our reparation money that's supposed to be a clear-cut check into a program that will then in turn funnel through some big, large white organization,
go back
cushy 6-figure jobs for a whole lot of white people that's doing nothing but reading reports of the same thing.
They not even reading the reports.
Right, because it's the same thing. It's the same issue, the same thing. Just different players, different specimens of who they choose to say that they're studying. We don't need a study. We'll need a program. We need a check. That's it. And that's what I told them. I said, I'm not talking about nothing as it relates to reparations other than the monetary amount. And right now it's starting at $1 million. And so going from there, what I do know is every one of those 41 million people that is now identified African American, Black, American descendants of slaves are all millionaires, and we're just waiting on them to cut that check. That's where I'm at. Other than that, I don't need to prove the point of why Blacks need reparations.
How about because we're working right now and can't make ends meet? How about that?
No, because they have used the white supremacist system, the structural racist system, to keep us in inferior status. Even they
Right.
even quote Abraham Lincoln talking about it is not his intentions to make us equal to white people, and that
Yep.
he do believe that we supposed to remain in inferior status. So how
Yep.
you free somebody?
But the people that's the inferior in the inferior status is the people that's holding up everybody. Make it make sense. You just white people just don't make sense at all. Like, where's the logic in that? If Black lives didn't matter, huh?
I just seen my friend. He asked could he come in here. I would have sure sent him a logo. I'm gonna have to invite my other friend Chris on here. He just said, "Can he come in?" But that was some
Who?
minutes ago. His
Who?
name Christopher Green. He deep. You'll like him.
Oh,
Yeah. If you still there, Chris, type and let me know. I'll let you in because we lost our other two guests. We got about 10 minutes if you want to say something. But especially when it comes because he's big on community building. He considered well, he done things for his community. He's from Allerton. So you
okay.
know, everybody got a story. It's all about and it's the same story. It's the same how you say that? It's the same why can't I mean, okay, so what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to take this off the screen, but I don't know how. Sorry. All right. So I just put reparations up there. It just happened, so it can stay there for the next 10 minutes. But um, he's been adamant he got a street replaced. His street, like how Miss Butler street was, his street for the longest time was like big holes. He went and made he negotiated with that mayor and he got them a brand new street. So those are
Uh-huh.
the impactful things. Not nobody giving you broken promises and you not holding them accountable to make sure that they make good on what they promised. Hold on, let me see if he said something bad. And make good on what they promised. And now he yeah. How can I come in? You move your bridge, Tabby. Okay, well that's just Mina is on the outside. So I wish she could come in. So
Yeah.
I'm be showing her little comments while we're talking. But give me something. What do you want to do? If you have one thing that you can do well, what do we need to start on as it relates to a project for Projects to Pinnacle community building?
Give me at least 25 young mothers that sat in my class.
Okay, that's easy.
I thought it was easy. I
What
go to the,
happened?
I went to the inbox and reached out to them. No response. And I'm like, this is for you and your babies. Because when you're not in the room, somebody gonna keep on making decisions about you and your baby. So I have no idea how to, organize and get them together to understand their power.
So Mina said, change the economic crunch, give funding, direct skill building. Sounds simple enough to me.
Okay, I have a problem with the whole skill building. That's exactly how I met Mina. We were going through a class.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we still trying to convince inner city people that they need any kind of skill? I have to utilize every skill that's needed because I have nothing. And then go figure today, what I shared with you earlier about the whole unnecessary licensing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we wake up and I
Did
hope we
you dye
hop
your
on it.
hair red? Is your hair red?
Me?
Yeah.
Now I have on a scarf.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I just noticed that.
You tell. So Joe Biden signed into policy the unnecessary licensing policy,
Mm-hmm.
of which I agree. So when it comes to skill building, we all know that organizations get money saying that they're doing that for us. We go through these programs and then you still don't get a job, or they don't hire you or they pick whomever.
Well, what I've always said to them, and they know that, but these are the grant chasing people that usually get those things, knowing that it's just to spend the grant money. And
Right.
I've challenged them And I've told them, I said, well, because I've seen a construction program like that. And I spent many
Uh-huh.
times with that instructor asking, how do you guys have these guys high hopes thinking that they're going to go out there and make that dough like the other dudes? And you don't have a direct link for them. And you tell them, oh, you got to figure it out. And it's kind of, you
Right.
got to know people, you got to have experience already. And to get that experience, you got to know somebody who want to give you an opportunity to get it. So you
Right.
basically
It's too
have these
much.
skills. It's idle. But wait a minute, let's go a little deeper than that now that you mentioned that. What about all these guys? Like, for instance, I know people personally went in there and racked up all them skills in jail. Most of the people that's coming out of jail, they didn't work all these free jobs that are major industry jobs, but they can't come out here and work.
Right.
So they already come out here skilled. My brother is a seamstress. I'm excited, like he telling me that, and he like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, you got the skill, I want that. I want to, and we can make designer clothes and and he like, I said, and then I looked at him. He said, and I thought about it. I was like, it was like a sweatshop, and he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
and so all that to say, if skills is really what we need, we got plenty of felons that come out with the skills. I think that's
Yeah.
just a trick and some bull crap.
Free labor. That's all. And then
But they got skills, and then they come out here, they can't use them, or you know,
they had skills. They had skills before they went in there. And then when they got in there, they really enhanced their skills. And then when they get out, they say, well, now you can't become a fireman. I mean, I know we used you when you was locked up as a fireman, but now that you're free, you're a felon. You can't we can't hire you. So
Mina
those
said if
systems
we
need to be.
don't open up our own way to remove some barriers from like Parton's background. So yeah, we do need to open up our own, but the resources is what always gets us stagnated because we can
Right.
only move so far without resources.
You're right.
And they usually give our resources to big, large white organizations and put a black face and say, and you won't know that it's a big, large white organization because there's a black face in front of it, but the rest of it
Exactly.
white.
Yep.
And so them programs ain't nothing but non-economic liberalism. I feel that they just funnel the money back into the white community and make the white community better and still not enhance us because for real, if they fix us, there's gonna be a whole lot of unemployed white people.
Yes.
And they don't want that crisis, a whole bunch of unemployed white people because black people
Yep.
are not the problem no more.
Yep.
Why would they pay us reparations? Think
Yep.
about it. Think about it because all that money they funnel in those programs are pretty much the same amount of money that it would take to pay us out reparations.
Yes, ma'am.
It makes
Mhm.
no sense. She say, take away the felon. What I mean, opening up our own, take away that box. Again, resources, Mina.
Right.
Mina, we open now. Me and her both have LLCs. We got no money. We open for business. So if you know some people that want to drop us some money so we can quit our day jobs and really do this thing full time, let us know. Because we got a month to store some trouble. But after that month, we go back into the slave line like everybody else and work for the wages to keep going, to survive, to sustain.
Yeah.
And then do this as much as we can on the side. We lose sleep, all of that. Advocating in circles that we're in, making a difference, pushing the thought forward instead of letting it be some bull crap. That's work. That's energy. And there's a lot of people being paid for it that are not effective like we are. So, yeah, if you know somebody, yes, I agree. I'm there. That's where she at too. So we need the resources and somebody watch this and see this and see the truth in me and her, fund us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Marty. We might need to get a GoFundMe going. Let's say fund us so we can quit our day jobs and do this full time. But overall, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, but we got to come up with some kind of plan when it comes to community building and organizing, because otherwise we'll just be falling on our face and doing it the same, and so we got to have some strategy organizing. We got less than a minute left. before the show ends. Marty, I want to go ahead and pass it over to you so you can go ahead and tell the people bye. But my piece is we have to follow the people when it comes to community building. Otherwise, we're not community building. Is my spiel of everything.
Okay. Thank you for that. When I think of community building, I think of us as building other people's community. This is our moment to focus on us. Actually, Dr. Nicole Hannah Jones led the way when she turned around and went to HBCU and said, my young people needed me. We need you all in East St. Louis and other inner cities.
Yes, we do.
And that's how we're going to build our community, with us.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. Well, you watching the Marty and Tavi show. We'll see you next week, Saturday, 7:30. Don't be late.
Please. Bye-bye.
And we'll try not to either.